Writing is very difficult, especially if you don't have someone who can mentor you and also someone who can guide you. In this video, I'm chatting with Nompumelelo Afrika Gcaba, who is an author of 13 books.
Yes.
Nompumelelo, how are you?
I am well. Fanele, how are you?
I'm awesome. You've written 13 books, but for those people who doesn't know you, tell us more, who is Nompumelelo and what are you all about?
Alright, just in short, Nompumelelo Afrika Gcaba, I am a young person who is passionate about reading, writing and reviewing books. So I've written about 13 books so far, and yeah, I mean, my life is just surrounded about writing, reading. So in my spare time, when you find me, it's either I'm reading book, I'm reviewing work. So my life is just all about books. Yes.
Have you always wanted to be a writer?
The thing about writing, Fanele, and I'm sure the viewers would confirm as well, for me, I did not structure to be the writer. Right. It is more like a calling to me. Yeah. It is something that could wake me up in the middle of the night. That's what it does. Around 2 a.m. I wake up. So, you know, it's something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I enjoy doing. So I don't think that I've always wanted to be the writer, but I feel like writing found me. I didn't look for it, but it found me. That's how I see it.
You've wrote 13 books, which is really amazing, and also you were launching one of your books today, which is Prison Without Bars. But can you tell someone maybe who is new to writing, what are the things that they can move up to, and what are maybe your tips into writing?
Okay. The first thing that I would mention to the viewers at home is that it is important that you be consistent. Many writers, they are lazy. They don't want to write. I mean, Fanele, I don't know how many writers I meet every day who will be like, Ish, I'm writing a book, but it's, you know, I've been writing this book for 2 years. Yeah. So it's highly important that when you write a book, you become consistent. If there's a certain time that you know that your flow comes, you know, the juice of writing, you know, that hour, make sure that every day you wake up at that hour in order to get work done. Writing, you need to research. You can't just write out of your own thoughts or your mind. It is important for those who are aspiring to be, you know, authors out there to research. It is important to do the research, because if people pick your book out of the millions of the book that are on the shelf, it is important that they get a well-researched book, because many wannabe authors, they just want to record their thoughts only. It is important that you get, you know, one of my books, I always say when I write, I want people to be challenged in my book. I want people to challenge the thinking that I brought into that particular book that I bring in. So for me, writing, it is the movement, it is the tool that I use to fix, I would rather say, fix the mindset of people. So that's what I use, that's how I structure. So to writers out there, it is important that they know why they're writing. It's important why you do what you do, because the why, it is what will wake you up in the middle of the night where all things are against you, when you feel like you don't want to do this. So it's important, be consistent, know why you're writing, and write, please, for us a well-researched book.
You've worked so much in Africa. What are some of the obstacles that people face when they are about sharing their stories? You know, whether that is fear. What are some of the common fears or threats
in terms of writing? Okay, I mean, it's obviously, it's the first one, it's to be judged. A lot of, even myself, I still battle with that self-doubt. I mean, I still think that, you know, when people read one of my books, these are the certain things that they're going to pick up about who I am and what I do, and they're going to, you know, I feel, because when I write, it's like when, you know, every time once I've published a book, I feel like I've opened up myself to the world. So it's really challenging, but it is something that you can just ignore, because self-doubt as a writer, it is something that will always be there. But you as a writer, you need to choose to ignore doubt. to ignore self-doubt and just continue to do what you do. This is something that is common throughout the writers in Africa. I mean, we all as writers are faced with the same challenge, but the same message that is going out with the rest of writers in Africa is that we need to learn to tell our own stories. We should not allow the people from outside the continent to continue to tell our own stories. We need to be the narrators of our own stories, our own journey, and provide the next generation, and and propel, if I could use that word, the next generation with the knowledge that comes from African people.
Do you believe that anyone can be a writer?
Well, you can go to school to write. I think everything just runs with passion, with love. Anyone could do this as long as you love what you do, and you must also be faced up with the challenges, because there's a lot of challenges that are within the writing industry, that are within the writing sector. So if you can stand that heat that comes with being a writer, being a published author, then I think anyone can do it.
There are a lot of struggles that comes with writing. What is maybe your words of encouragement from you having written 13 books to someone who is maybe struggling to get the book done out to the world? What's your words of encouragement?
I mean, the first thing is that if you see that you, like for example, you have written a book and now you're just looking for ways on how to get your book published, it's highly important that you knock on doors. For example, I run a publishing company. In a publishing company, we all, during seasons time, we open up for manuscript acceptance, where we also run promotions. So you can just look up and follow up the publishing houses, just to look up if there's any promo, if you are really struggling to do a self-publishing book. Even that, you can take that advantage. So it's important that you do not keep your book at home, filled with dust and get discouraged that it would never get out to the world. So it's important that you knock on the right doors. Even if they close the door at you, you must make sure, I always say that the door, the function of a door is when it's closed, you must know that you can also open it again. So that's what I do. So you don't get discouraged when you send your manuscript out there to publishers and get the response that it's got rejected and all that. It's important that you keep on knocking, because someday some door will open, and we just never know. Your book might be the best-selling author. I was looking at the author of the Harry Potter. When she narrates a story, you learn that she was rejected, I don't know, many times, but she never gave up. She never given up, all those things. So it's important. Go out there, continue doing what you're doing. Don't give up.
For someone who wants to follow your work, where can we find you?
Alright, I am on Facebook as Nompumelelo Afrika Gcaba, and you can also find me on Instagram as Nompumelelo_Afrika, Africa with a K, and you can also follow me on Twitter. I'm also at Nompumelelo_Afrika.
Thank you so much, by the way, for your time.
Thank you.
Wonderful day.
Thank you
so much for watching.
This would be Fanele's copy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's go.
I'm just honoring you with this copy. Please read it, and
Thank you so much.
And come back with me, because this book, it should be thought-provoking. It must challenge you. Come back if you have any questions, rather. Thank you.
Thank you so much, by the way, guys. Make sure that you follow Nompumelelo Afrika Gcaba, and I will see you in another video.
Thank you. Bye.
Signing out.